Hello and welcome to the 19th February 2020 chapter dev setup, subtitled Works on My Machine. Of course, I had to Google that, and I read several articles with details about it works on my machine, and I distilled those articles into 3 points. Either I did not read the directions, or the directions were wrong, or there's a bug somewhere. And with that thought, I went back to the instructions that I was reading on Free Code Camp chapter starting the development server, and I went down to the line that I glossed over. I didn't really, I figured it'd be okay, so I just didn't do anything with it. And Docker Compose has some settings that I could change. So in Docker Compose, I noticed that I could do npm run dev, or that's what it is doing, which is triggered in the package.json file of the Free Code Camp chapter package.json. And so here's the dev, and inside dev I see that nodemon is being run, and I noticed in the issues, Free Code Camp chapter issues number 327, that there's discussion about changing nodemon out. So that gave me the thought that maybe I could just remove nodemon from from the package.json. And so that's what I did. If we change into that working directory, and take a look at package.json, you can see here's dev. So if we run npm run dev, it's going to run this line, and then I took out nodemon and I just replaced it with npm run dev server, which continues to run this script here, which looks like it's the TypeScript transpiler. So with that in mind, I did a little addition compared to the last time. I added a log to my script, so I can take a look at the log at the end if I need to. So we'll get that started. This will take a little while. And while that's loading, so we can see that port 8001 should be ready. So if we come over here and refresh that, it should load our API, and it looks like that worked. And then it's continuing to do some type checking. And while the type checking is happening, I will get this file ready to take a look at it. I made a little change in this file just for my edification. So right about here. So when the server does the handler, the apt-get handler, I put in a console log just to see the keys of the request object. Right there, that line right there will print out the keys. And if we go to, so this, I'm not sure why this runs for so long like this, but eventually it will stop. And I don't know if it stops based on me poking at it. And so here we're trying to get to the to the server at port 8000, and I just keep trying, and I don't know if that uh, does it or if it just takes a long time. Uh, yeah, and so if I just keep poking at it here, eventually it's going to go, and I think I've tried a couple of different things too. I might have tried doing something like that. See, which that shouldn't do anything special. And it's continuing to do. Webpack there's some kind of an error in Webpack. The error says system limit for the number of file watchers reached. And I just keep poking at it here, and eventually it'll do something on the server. There we go. It is, yeah, that did something. So up here you can see it's still loading or trying to load. And then over here, it has stopped spinning the watch pack errors. Here we go. I think this is going to work. Still trying. Compiled successfully. I bet this is going to do the trick. Looks still working. It's trying. It has, yeah, there we go. And so it pops up and it shows all the things that it was loading, and then it also shows, well, actually it says it loaded the 405 page instead of loading index, because index doesn't actually exist. But if I go to another page, you should see, let's see if we go, we should see the log run. There, it just scrolls across your screen so fast you can't see it because of the watch pack errors. But we've proven that it does work on my machine, and the next time I'd like to do is watch for or look for the API routes. This is the user interface route, and I'm going to try to figure out how to get access to the API. And there's another thing that we might do if we stop this and take a look at my command log. Let's see if there's anything useful in there. This is all the startup script. Yeah, it is cool. This stuff runs by pretty fast, and so it's good to have a log so I can go back and look at it. And I can do that on my own time. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to make another video soon.